Hello YouTube, this is Dutch Bushcraft Knives, and today I have a little fire stove. This is the Free Soldiers fire stove from China. So this is a budget-friendly item, but is it quality? Let's check it out. Let's build this thing. Check out what kind of options we have on this all-round fire stove. So this is actually kind of the Victorinox on the fireboxes. We have a grater, a measurement tool, a saw, a bottle or can opener, and we have a knife or a blade edge. And I actually kind of like that about these Chinese products because they are almost always multi-tools. I'm not going to use my knife. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this firebox to make a fire, get some firewood and light the fire. I'm going to cook some wild edibles on the fire. So let's see if we can survive with this firebox. Even in a survival situation, this saw will cost you more calories than it would help you. So the saw itself is useless. The position is a little bit awkward. Cover the saw like this, and it's just too dull to actually saw with. All right, we can split wood. Not too thick, but we can split wood. What I'm actually pretty impressed about is, of course, this is not easy to do with this thin piece of firebox, but it is strong enough to not bend while betoning these smaller knots. It was kind of hard to do. Had to hit it hard, but it did last. So the quality of the pieces is okay. That's a good impression. Alright, got some wood, time to make a fire, time to make some tinder. I do recommend wearing gloves, but it held up. Let's make a fire. Alright, so that worked out pretty decent. As you can see, we got a nice bundle of tinder that we can light pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some feather sticks that I can light with the flame that is going to come out of this bundle of tinder. That actually worked out pretty well. We made a feather stick, not as beautiful as we are used to. This is a decent feather stick. This can light with a flame easily. Alright people, we have a fire, and I can already tell you that the airflow of this firebox stove is incredible because this fire went up so fast and it's already very hot. So the airflow, very good. And burning wood in a fire stove like this is a very efficient way to burn wood. Burns very hot, takes in a lot of oxygen, and that makes it a great fire to cook on. So I'm actually pretty impressed by this fire making. I have actually never made a fire before in a firebox stove. This is cool, I like it. You know what I like about this time of the year? It's the nuts. And I've got some chestnuts and some acorns. And acorns are edible if you get rid of the toxins. You can do that by cooking them or baking them, frying them like I'm going to do. And don't eat too much of the acorns, but the chestnuts are delicious. So I'm going to cook these on the firebox. Alright, so I've got my tea cooking, I've got my nuts, so I'm going to taste some of these. Let's start with an acorn. Put a little bit of salt on it. It actually tastes good, pretty good. If I had to define the taste, it would taste a little bit like bread that just came out of the oven, so that's kind of good. Let's take this big ass chestnut and try it out. I'm gonna salt this as well. Oh, whoa, that's gorgeous. So it comes with a lot of features besides that it is a stove, and a lot of people would say those are unnecessary. I don't mind that they are on there. I mean, they're not in the way, and so yeah, put them on there. I don't care. I'm not going to use them, but it might eventually become very useful if you're in a survival situation. Personally, I would not take this on a survival trip or on a bushcraft trip because it's a little bit flimsy. The build quality is decent, but if you lift it up, it can fall apart. So I would recommend this stove for children or people who just want a stove to make fire, because it's illegal to make an open fire in a lot of places. So I would recommend this stove for budget bushcrafters, people who just want to make a fire in their backyard to cook on. And I think this would be a great starter stove for children. And I actually really enjoyed using it. I always like these kind of small fires, and it's fun that you can cook on it. I did maintain the flame, so my tea stopped cooking, but it's already hot. So it's a very efficient way of making fire. It burns very fast. It's a great fire to cook on. It was sturdy enough to hold this heavy cast iron pan. So overall, am I pleased with this? Yeah, I am pleased with this. Would I recommend buying this for survival? No, not necessarily. Just a fun survival bushcraft item. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. And I'm gonna eat my nuts and drink my tea.